Good morning, internets, and welcome to another movie review. We watched an Illumination movie. Do you have the case for it? We watched Migration. Now this one, unlike Wicked, actually had a real physical release. And do you know how to pronounce it?
Aus dem Teich.
Yeah. So this was released by Boot. This is the only people that are releasing. Forgot the Turbine.
The card saying is a free media.
Yes, which will last for a year.
No, I have faith in these guys.
Okay, that's good. So we just watched this movie. We all just watched it for the very first time.
Yeah.
Which is rare. Normally, one of us have seen it before, and so I'm gonna say nice things about the movie first, and the biggest nice things I could say is about the 3D. It's spectacular. It's one of the best, honestly. It really pushes it. I would give it a 9, easy. I'm trying to think what 3D movie pushes the 3D better than probably Avatar or something. But I don't know. Can you think of it besides Avatar a better, just 3D alone, better 3D in a movie?
No, I mean it's very good for 3D. Everyone in the 3D forums said that 3D was very good. I don't see it lived up to it.
Yeah, just the 3D spectacular.
Yeah.
I would recommend watch 3/4 of the movie and then turn it off forever, and you would have had an amazing experience.
Yes.
But that being said, though, it's one of those things where it's wow, we watch this, we all know Illumination fucking sucks.
Yeah.
They're really the worst big name that's still apparently making so much money that they could afford to just.
Let's be nice and say not as good.
They're the Walmart of animation.
They are the Walmart of animation.
Yes.
Oh man. It's not Illumination. It's just that every film they made so far, besides the first Despicable Me, sucks ass. They're not incapable of making a good movie. It's just that this one, along with all their others, isn't great. But I will say that this is, besides the first Despicable Me, this is the best Illumination movie that I've seen.
Yeah.
Which is still not saying very much. It's low bar. It's really low bar.
Yes.
But I'm just gonna rate it now. Then we'll get into it. I think I'm giving it dare I say a 4?
Okay.
I'm giving it a little bit below average. I can't call this average because that would mean that that of all the movies this would fall in the middle. No, it does not. This falls in low.
You shouldn't do average like that. That's not fair.
That's what average is.
You shouldn't insult average like that.
I should insult average like that. No, I'm sorry. I'm giving it I would put average at 5, and so I would give this a 4. This is below average. Chris, do you want to comment on just the film itself?
I think with the weird way that we review shit now, it's like how IGN, an average from IGN is a 7, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. It's a marquee. So I think an average is a 6 or a 7, so I'm going to give it a 5. Okay.
You still think it's below average?
Yeah. I said the 7, the thing about animation is, I feel like their whole motto is, if you don't set something up, you don't have to pay anything off. No. There's nothing set up, so nothing's paid off, which is good for them because, thematically that works, but it also means that unlike a Pixar movie where things are set up and paid off, there's no emotional payoff, there's no revelation, there's no development. It just happens in a blur of colors and passable scripts. So, not something I'd choose to sit down and watch again very soon or ever, but
Yeah, a movie. Probably labor. It is technically a movie, but
I'd watched it between 0 to 1 times more in my life.
maybe the 3D is damn good.
It's good.
It's really fucking good.
It's good.
And I said during the ending, like, this movie does not deserve how good the 3D is. Because just for 3D fans, I would recommend watching 3/4 of this movie and then turning it off. I would actually recommend that.
You know, to watch those 3/4 in order doesn't make a difference. Where you feel.
Watch it in reverse. Corinne, what did you think of 3D in the movie?
I loved it. It definitely is like the best in terms of 3D visuals that I watched to date. There was one part when they flew into New York where I was like, I kind of wondered, like, is that as far as 3D will go? Like, is that really like the deepest depth that they can go? Because there's well, maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure, but it was definitely like the longest shot that I've seen in a 3D movie to date. And there was this frame and I think Chris even agreed when I mentioned it. There's this one shot where, like, in the middle, the farscape, like, past the horizon was 2D and surrounded by 3D. And I kind of wondered, like, is that as far as 3D can render? Interesting. Like, is that the limitation of 3D?
Can I quickly touch on that? So how far something can go is simply just a limitation of the 3D director. Like, they just decided that's how far it could go.
So it can go infinitely?
It can go infinitely, and it can even surpass that, and that's a problem. So I've done that.
So maybe that's like an issue with, like, rendering. Maybe that's an issue when they're rendering and mastering.
Sometimes they 3D directors won't try to push it too hard.
But anyway, out of nowhere, it was focused like that far in the background, but like to me, like, it's all about the minutia.
Yeah, it's hard to quantify when a movie, when the depth is that good, you're not thinking, oh, is this like down to 100? You know, the depth was I agree on that shot.
The depth was great, but like the furthest shot, which was just a window like this big, it was like less than a quarter of the screen. Just looked like 2D. For that scene in particular, I was kind of like, and then I wondered about, like, the limitations of 3D. My favorite part of the movie, just not talking about 3D for a second, was Danny DeVito.
Yes, he was great.
Danny DeVito!
Which is a problem because his character very much feels like it was written in post. You know what I mean? Like, it was like added kind of like, this movie needs something else. No! It doesn't need like a theme or a model per se, but maybe a Danny DeVito, but it's weird.
And that's why he paid the big bucks, baby. That's why he's Danny DeVito.
I will say some more nice things about the movie. It wasn't particularly cringe like a lot of other Illumination movies are. Like, there's in most Illumination movies, it's just like fart jokes and it just like extremely crude cringe.
And so the Marion movie's very cringe. If they managed, I haven't seen that. They managed to make Jack Black cringe. Like, his whole Peaches song is awful. Yeah, it's very cringe.
Peaches. No, but he's Jack Black. He's like, you know what? I'm Jack Black. It'll sell, and it did.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into spoilers too. So if you actually plan on watching it, then stop watching now. But like, yeah, the themes were so
Gorilla themes.
There were themes that they attempted to set up and like not really pay off.
Right.
There was kind of a theme about family, but not quite. It was more of the relationship between the main duck and his wife. I didn't feel like their relationship was in an actual threat.
No. More believable. Or if that duck would never have gone for that duck flick. There's no way.
Yeah, and they bond over dancing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pivots. That you're just kind of like, wait, what?
Right. So, and if that is a theme, which I think they try to make it be, because it really seemed like the most predominant thing, because there really wasn't like a real theme. Even then, that was I think even weak is underselling just how non-present a theme was.
Well, family dynamics are confusing though, or they can be. So maybe that was also the point. Like, we don't have to make
You could jib it really, right?
it starts confusing.
That's generous. I never really got a sense of what the house were. They were never established, or you never cared about them. You know what I mean? Like,
They were never really challenged very much.
yeah, they never developed.
They have setups, but not payoffs, and sometimes they have payoffs without setups.
You know,
And there was this moment where
that's
the dad, that is elimination. The dad like yelled at the son for taking something too far. And it's like, oh, are they gonna come back together? Is there gonna be a I'm sorry, son? No.
There was none of that. But it was like, how dare you risk your own life to save dozens of others? Okay, next scene.
They never resolved that. There was the funniest thing where the boy and his younger sister are like crying because like his wings are broken, and so she is blowing her nose into a macaw's feather, and the boy was like, I just got an idea. I'm like, how is blowing your nose in a feather like gonna resolve the movie? Like, was that a setup earlier that's like, remember when it worked earlier in the film? Now it's gonna come back? No, it was just like, what? But how's, and so like, how are they gonna pay this off? And somehow the kid who lost some feathers attempting to save other people uses literal snot to glue
It has to suspend your belief so many times with like non-migratory ducks are migrating, and then like now you have multiple bird species mingled, and like, yeah, I mean, suspend your disbelief. It's a freaking animated movie.
I can, but it's just like, that is the character arc. That makes no sense.
Suspend your barrier of policy as well. That's
For any wing suggestions that later, like, I am nibbling off the tomato paste on the pizza crust to give to my dog because tomato is toxic to dogs. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, no. It looks weird in the background. I'm just like sitting here, but
That's okay. Well, thank you for the explanation.
you can't. The key fruity aspects.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the glue thing. It raises questions that didn't need to be asked. Which again is illumination, centerpiece, I tell you.
Is that mucus blue?
Apparently.
Is that mucus blue?
We were joking that they might as well just use semen. Because, like, when they got to Jamaica, the water was glowing and it looked like semen. They're like, wow, look at this. And then they like, oh, they pick up shit with their feet. And that bothered me. Because use fucking hands. I don't care if they're feathered, like, figure it out.
Right? And wash your hands off if you cut on them.
Will! And, like, they never wash their hands or their feet with gum.
It's a good movie for like puns. It's a good movie for jokes. We were like really going in there. We had like a whole minute or two of just bits. I wish I could remember some of the more choice ones, but that was great. And y'all told me this movie would be dark.
Who said? Oh, I didn't. I was talking about Cars 3.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind.
And Cars 3 isn't dark.
Well, some parts are.
Well, somebody told me this movie would be.
In the end, it's about Ancient.
Just kidding.
No, Opco, I wasn't talking about Cars 3.
No, I honestly thought it was like, all in all, it was pretty good. But I think Rotten Tomatoes actually was even generous. And I'm normally generous in ratings. Okay, I normally rate things like higher than they should be. I would have given it like 1 out of 10. I'd give it like a 5.5. That's fair. Because it's got like a C+ on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got 76. It's still totally worth watching. Absolutely worth watching 3D because of like how good the 3D is.
I watched it once.
So just watch it like with a drink or a Coke and some buddies. You know, don't pay too.
If I really find myself, I would have like killed myself. But because I had these guys here,
Wow.
it was really funny.
Don't watch
Now you gotta put a trigger warning.
Don't watch it alone because the headline is family means nothing.
So, would I recommend this movie? I've only done so many 3D reviews, and so far I always am like, yes, I highly recommend this. I think overall, with how good the 3D is, I would say like my recommendation as this is a 3D movie might be like a 5.5 or like a 6 because of just how fucking amazing the 3D is.
But the plot is confused.
But there's just so many better movies to watch in 3D.
And it makes it hard. Like, I am so good at suspending my disbelief. Like, Bryce will point out all the scientific inaccuracies, whereas I was just like, oh, how cute! You know?
Yeah.
I would have given it a fucking 2 of Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Sorry, I definitely rate this movie higher because of its 3D. It does not suffer because of its 3D, for sure. But I wouldn't recommend getting the movie. How much did this movie cost on 3D Blu-ray?
Like 25, 30 or something.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
And you own a physical copy of it?
It did tackle a lot of difficult issues, and I think that was also part of being a family film. Like, it tackled, like, you know, oh, the Harrys are dangerous. No, they're actually not. Oh, traveling is dangerous. Well, yes, but also no. Oh, you can. That's the ball. You can meet diverse groups of people. You can meet diverse groups of people, and you can
Have their shirts.
and you can throw out a random racial slur and still somehow like be accepted into their group. Oh, that's so weird. You can't. Messages. There's all kinds of like, but it tackles a lot of like socio-political issues, which I think like just pick 3. If it tackles like so many socio-political issues,
At least they kind of cover as much as it clumsily tripped over them.
yeah, I don't know if worth the random. Check that out too, but I would not be surprised if somebody had a little something going on.
But Illumination, congratulations. This is the second best movie you've ever made.
Yes.
For sure.
That's the first best.
Despicable Me, the very first movie, is a genuine good movie. Everything else is bad.
I actually met a psychologist that was like real life Gru. Was grief golem.
His nose was that big. Crazy.
And his shoulders that big. Yeah, he's a cool dude, okay? Anyway.
If you like this movie, if you like this movie at all, absolutely see the 3D version. You'll get a huge boner out of it, and that's my recommendation. But otherwise, like, don't get it. Would you recommend getting this movie?
If you like 3D, yes. If you like good movies, no. It's
If you have a family and you want to confuse them, yes.
Yeah.
If you have, I just stream it first.
yeah.
It'd be a good drinking movie. It would.
It's tricky because it's one of those movies I would never buy. Like if 3D ever exists, I would never buy this movie in 2D. No, it's worth earning in 3D. I'd probably watch it once again in my life. You know, life short. If I'm dying eventually, I'd watch it once more, and that's it.
If I had a kid, I would actually play it.
I thought you were. Never mind. Sorry. Let's finish the review.
So if I had a kid, I would totally just like play this in the background, like in 3D for
To spike the punish.
Well, I don't. It's not very like I can say like the jokes are not like we were genuinely laughing at funny things in the movie.
Yeah.
That were written to be fun.
And all the characters are extremely lovable. Every single character is extremely lovable in their own way, and it is wholesome and it is feel good, but like
It is.
throughout like multiple parts of the movie you just kind of think like, where's the jet fuselage? You know?
You know something that's weird though is if you have kids, I think you might get more because obviously Despicable Me 2, for example, or 3, 4, even if you wanted an extra 2. It obviously is not fun watching that at all, but you might get joy You know, if you're a parent or if you're an uncle, which I am, you get joy. You don't expect out of seeing a kid enjoy something. You won't enjoy yourself. You will, oh, they're laughing at the slapstick, and that's cute. You'll get that from Despicable Me 2. I don't know if you'll get that from this movie because it's not really slapstick. You know, I mean, it hasn't got the typical slapstick elements of Illumination, like, so I'm not even sure if it has the general kids appeal. It just exists as a fairly pedestrian movie. So I don't know if I can recommend it as a sort of, oh, if you're a parent, watches your kids, they might not enjoy it that much, is my thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think in closing thoughts, whoever the stereographer is for this movie, they need to work on every movie. They're the best.
10 out of 10 there, yeah.
You see a 10 out of 10 for the 3D?
Right, 10 out of 10 for the 3D.
It's up there. I'm gonna say at least a 9. It's really good. It's good.
We didn't even address the villain.
No, what this should probably be stupid.
The guy that doesn't even...
You find it there with you showed at the end, and the level of your phrase.
This guy...
6.
This guy chased...
They should have said a shot from the Little Mermaid. And that is better. I would rather watch The Little Mermaid in 3D than this 3D. Yeah, I get. That's.
I would watch it again. Actually, I would.
Really?
Yes, I would pay more attention the next time. Maybe it's like this more complex web that wasn't fully grasped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movies, when you watch it again, there's a lot more you get out of it. But when it comes to bad movies, you realize it's worse when you watch it again. But wouldn't try to watch The Little Mermaid in 3D.
Yeah.
The original. Yeah. So that's my thoughts. So overall, just as a 3D movie, combining the 3D and the story, I'm going to be really generous just because the 3D was that good. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, above average, because I still actually enjoying the movie. Given because the 3D was that good. If I did not see it in 3D, I would be very disappointed. The writing wasn't that bad. It was just like there's no real plot. But whoever wrote the jokes was really good. I thought those were great.
I'm just imagining, Illumination headquarters, an intern bursts into the CEO's office like, Mr. Illumination, what if a family of ducks goes from their pond to Jamaica and nothing really happens? And he was, that's brilliant. Yeah, we'll make it. That's the last movie.
So, anyways, that's it. So overall, 3D rating 6 out of 10. You won't change yours, including the 3D.
Oh, an overall rating in 3D and movie? Yeah, 6 sounds about right.
It's 6, and then current
5.5.
5.5. Very good. All right, well, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much. Until next time, later days.
Tonic.